let's just do the final wrap up of discussing the final part of Orlando Furioso Canto 22, just the very last bit. This is like 82 to 90 something, where we have a little bit more of that kind of the idea of knightly chivalry, because in the section before that I read discussed, we talked about how, oh, the three surviving knights didn't want to attack Rogerio all at once, but the cruel, terrible maid who has them under her control said, no, you have to do it regardless of your honor, and grudgingly they do this. And in this section, we have sort of something on Rogerio's part. Rogerio, who has a shield, which when he takes it off, just stuns everyone into complete, they lose all their senses and fall like down like they're dead. But he's only bared it 3 times, and he's like, it's once was against the wizard Alcina, once was against the sea serpent, which I think what does it say? It's like when twice, okay, was every time, 3 times only as he bared its light, and every time his peril was most grave. Twice when Alcina would have checked his flight from her unmanly kingdom, going back to that whole thing of masculinity again, of unmanning men. Then to save from the devouring fangs, fearful sight, of the sea orc foiled in the foaming wave. Those lovely limbs, though little joy he gains, for he is ill rewarded for his pains, because I think it was like he saved her and he didn't basically rape her, which would have been apparently his right. And it says apart from these 3 times, which I don't understand. So only 3 times has he barred its light. Twice when Alcina would have checked his flight, and then once from the sea orc. Okay. And so apart from that, he's always hit it. And indeed, he is eager to just fight these 3 knights. Eager for the encounter he rode, feeling less apprehensive of the 3 than if they were yet but in infancy. But he covers his shield with a silk cover, which, unsurprisingly, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, the knights tear it open with their lances and get stunned, and he also stuns all the horses and everybody around. He's like, what happened? Then he realizes, crap, that's what happened. He looks for Bradamante, but can't find her. Assumes that she's gone off to save the youth. Fearing that maybe this wouldn't go well. Maybe it wouldn't go well, and that. But he is so depressed by the fact that he's won by magic means. Basically, he feels like he's cheated, that he tosses the shield down a well. And it's only seen by the lady that, who told him about the youth and that they're riding together. She's the only one who knows, and she refuses to reveal to anyone else lest they find the shield. He finds her. She's also stunned, but gets him up, and then tosses it in. Lie there forever, cursed shield, and my dishonor with you lie concealed. Yes, and so it's his fame for his great action spreads because of presumably his witness, the lady, they come back to life, and all that day among themselves they speak of nothing else but of that strange event. A strange event. How can it be that they were rendered weak and helpless by a beam so violent? Violent, I guess would be how we would say it. And they also hear that Pinobello's life is spent. For so far as all they know is that he's dead. And what has happened is Bradamante caught him, and her sword 100 times in scornful style pierced through his body armor and his curtis. She rid the worth of filth and stench so vile, which France for miles around infected has, then left the wood of this event the sole witness, and took the horse that Pinobello had stole. So she's seeking for Rogerio, but fortune to the lovers is unkind, their paths divergent and divided stay. All those whose in my story will still find pleasure, pray hear the sequel later at your leisure. And thus we end Canto 22. So we do the traditional thing of, the 2 lovers have gotten together and now they've gotten separated again, and Aristo will get to tell two separate stories, because everything bifurcates out into all these multiple stories. This does actually have a good thing in it, and you get to see it's that joy of having stories kind of in this canto, of stories coming together, because this is where we get Bradamante catching up with Pinabello. Though strangely enough, that particular encounter isn't dramatized. We just hear almost off stage that she's killed him. So that is kind of wrapped up, and we have that the Bradamante and Ruggiero had at least briefly gotten reunited. We hear about Grifone and their adventures, and them getting and kind of dipping back into a story that tangentially uh, connects to Bradamante and Ruggiero. So it's I can see the weaves, and I can see like, oh, okay, the more threads that Aristo has, the more we're going to get this kind of delightful joining up, weaving together, and who knows, maybe a big climax with kind of like everything coming together, or something like that, or just like a building climax of more and more coming together, more and more coming together. That would be cool. I guess we'll see how it goes. But yes, I've got one more canto 23, in this volume of Orlando Furioso, and then it'll be on to the next one, which hopefully I'll have some money then to be able to purchase the next one. I might, we'll see how things go. I've got my birthday coming up. Maybe I'll get an Amazon card. That would come in very handy. All right, I've been Jay. More videos later.